Spell Steal going to be first up as an Arcane Mage, dropping in a couple of those bowling balls off the bat. It's going to be Linthania as the first one up and running with a bit of a sprint versus the Arcane as they're trying to go for a bit of missiles. Does get your counter kick, going to be mad Arcane Surges, but with a Cloak of Shadows for the Rogue, just trying to see if he can deny any kind of damage. DFA, but didn't go anywhere. What happened with that DFA? Mad damage out of the Arcane Mage. This is take him out. Oh my god, what is this? Touch of the Magi? Does it take you? There's no way, right? You still got a little bit of the Arcane on him. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Someone is still hitting him. Was that Arcane Tempest? The Tempest? Spell still trying to see if he can get himself another setup versus Linthania. Knocking it back. Does he barrage him down? Missiles floating in. That's going to be a bit of a battle master trinket. More missiles flying in. Still getting barraged by the Nether Tempest. Orb. Is it enough here though? Blind. Barrage. Oh. The Spell Steal does end up taking him out. My goodness. I feel like we haven't seen an Arcane Mage in quite a bit. By the way, recently got my mage to max level. These guys are powerful even at no gear. Arcane in particular, but I want to give Frost and Fire a go too. Airless is going to be up next. Swapping back to Assassination Rogue, maybe the spec to deal with the Arcane Mages, the Garrotes, the Bleeds, the constant pressure. The shift, poison, bleed damage is going to be so good. As Airless does get hit with a Shadow Meld off the bat, but someone breaks him out of Shadow Meld immediately. That's going to be touching the magic and tries to see if he can click a Shadow Zed as the missiles are ripping right through him. Arcane Orb might have actually attacked Airless here, but it's hard to tell. Is going to be able to get himself a reset. Garrode onto Spell Steal with a kidney shot to follow. Does have a blink for it. Shadow Step to close the gap. Just trying to go for an intro, but doesn't quite connect. Airless with a vanish right after. Still kind of nearby Spell Steal with yet another Garrode. All the time available for Spell Steal. Able to go for Root on Airless yet again. Missiles to follow. Does he have Ancient to throw into that smoke bomb? Looks like he does not, but it's going to hit him with some missiles as he's trying to round the bend. Airless taking quite a lot of damage right now as Spell Steal got himself in a decent spot, but not quite out of the woods. I think Airless has another Tempest attacking him right now too, right? Is that what that's supposed to be? Just another Tempest kind of floating off of you? Do they keep you in combat? Like, is that a dot? Or what is it supposed to be even? Like, what is it considered? Breath! As Airless trying to see if he can make an approach. Trinket into a blind as Spell Steal does go in for what looks like a Ult of Time maybe? That or you got a random proc of a one talent in the capstone tree. Garrode onto Spell Steal, maybe in a bit of trouble, does blink away. Could potentially be an ice block strat here. Has Ult of Time, may want to use it. Get himself a bit of a shield. Lots of damage onto Airless. Is that enough though? Massive touch of the Magi. Just absolutely just erupted with a bunch of Arcane Orb also crashing right through him. Is it going to be enough though? Try to go for shit and power. Airless looking for the reset. As Spell Steal may just have to play this a little bit defensive. Ring of Frost maybe just wants to go for a bit of food. And Airless, does he charge out? Does he make the play? Does he come out in the open? Could be supposed to randomly Arcane Explosion him out in the open. Kind of hard to see where that Ring of Frost is, honestly, in that green sludge. At least it's difficult for me. Garrode. Airless does have a bit of range to him, though, with a Garrode, so it does help him a bit. Spell Steal, I think with an Ult of Time, it looks like. Potentially. Maybe. Big touch of the magic. Mad damage to Airless. Oh my god! This Arcane Mage is just blasting these boys out of the park. Yeah, the Tempest keeps in combat. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Noted. Because I always thought, like, it doesn't really feel like a dot, another Tempest, because, like, it erupts like an arcane thing and then splashes next to you. Like, does it count in the game as a dot, or is it, like, something else entirely? It's one of those questions that I, you know, that I just have of, like, how does this ability works exactly? Because some of them programmed way differently. But I guess if it's a dot, then I guess it's, like, it's just a flavorful looking dot in a way. Similar to, like, how Imps are a dot from Demonology Warlock, in a sense. All the time up for Spell Steal, got him some plenty of mobility, massive damage towards Var. Does Var have an answer here? May have to bubble, trying to get a cast off, maybe you're dead. Oh my god, the bubble! Literally bubbled at no health! My goodness, this man is living on the edge, trying to go for a bit of a self-heal. Gonna be a massive Arcane Frozen Orb. Man is dead! I think man is dead. Maybe? Flash of light around the corner, does he just barrage? Oh, interrupted him, barrage. Oh my god, my health. Oh, Fire Breath doesn't take him down. My goodness. Spell Steal is a monster. Look at this guy. This is a little gremlin that lives under your bed, eating your toes. My goodness. Chicago gonna be up next. Does not want to give Spell Steal much of an opportunity to recover here. The gnomish the gnomish wizard still has an ice bug though, so you got plenty of survivability so far. Wow, how you doing, by the way, Beauty? Yeah, sorry you had to run into Spell Steal first game here, man. That's rough for sure. Chicago charging out. Big Ellie Blast could at least rip all the buffs with Spell Steal. As long as he doesn't hit him with Arcane, he may be alright. Spell Steal is still not in a great spot though. Ellie Blast could take him down. Does go for a poly. Does the man just go Ice Block? He may just have to. I feel like an Elemental Blast could end you right now. I feel like any ability could just end you. Big lead by Chicago. Just goes in for Ice Block. Don't blame you. Needs to go for that recovery while Chicago taking a bit of that touches magic damage. That is actually quite a bit. Looks like Spell Steal does not play the Ice Block that heals you, so it's very limited on their survivability. May have to go for like a proper polymorph on Chicago Invis, and maybe go for like a, I don't know, reset with some food. Breath on Chicago, knocking him into the room for just a moment, barraging him away, just trying to keep him at bay. So far, has done such a good job just keeping the Shaman away from him. Is chipping away at the Earth Elemental. Eventually, should be able to take that thing out, hopefully. Trying to catch up whatever food he can, but doesn't go for blinks. Actually getting caught out in those. Wait, you actually get caught out in the barrels in the water. Is that like a gnome only thing? I don't think I've ever seen anybody get caught in there. Touching the badger on Chicago. Does Spell Steal go for damage? Trying to go for a bit of shifting power. Maybe could get himself another Ice Block. I don't know how you're surviving this. How are you living this? Well, definitely needs to go for some kind of more CC on Chicago. Is going to chip away at him with those missiles behind the pillar as the dude get knocked back. Ring of Frost does end up freezing Chicago. Is this where you set up some big go? Potentially? Arcane Surge? Is this where you just go in for Mad Burst? Missiles to follow? Does end up canceling for just a second? Has himself the most amount of damage available with Arcane Power. Touching the Magi. Everything is there. Together with, I think it's also another Tempest? Maybe not. Now you have another Tempest, but looks like having to play it defensively with those Ghost Raptors for just a moment. Missiles getting knocked back for just a second. Does juke out a kick though. Able to actually get a full cast over Chicago. My God! Oh, Jenna juking out a kick and just getting that emergency CC and extra haste. That is so insane. Oh my goodness. Chan's gonna be up next. Immediate breath by Spell Steal as they try to go for Polymorph Silence. I don't think Spell Steal got anything left here. Has himself all the time, but a spike hits him immediately. Shifting power, invest for just a second. Maybe gives you a bit of defense. Knocking back the Shadow Priest. No help whatsoever. Maybe a shield. I don't even know. Another invest. Has dots on him. Food for just a second. Fewer to follow. Done. Playing it to the very best that he could. That was incredible. Short and Deadly gonna be up next. Immediate disperse on Chance. I think he knows this is gonna happen here. It's like, all right, we get it. You're an arms warrior. Mad damage out to Chance. Nothing he can do about this. My God, Spell Steal. The fact that you lived there at the end for Chicago is honestly impressive. You sure that's not Seavark? I'm pretty sure that's Seavark. If that's not Seavark, then I'm impressed. If that's my boy Seavark, also impressed, but that was my guess. All right, boys, let's get another going, yeah?